Hello and welcome everyone. This video will be a simple guide to what is often referred to as awakening. Now, awakening sounds a bit exotic, but all it's really referring to is the recognition of what you already are and the subsequent realization of the peace of what you already are. So, what I'm going to provide us with are just a few simple steps to come to this recognition. But before we embark on this seeming path, it is very important to note that we should be very light about these steps and stages, because we don't want to make the mistake of thinking that there is actually somewhere to go, that we aren't already at the destination here right now. So while I may talk as if we are moving along a path, as a matter of fact, what we are is already perfectly complete and established in the here and now. We're just coming to discover what's already the case. So fundamentally, there is nothing to master or figure out here. And it's quite possible that somewhere along this video, you may just realize that you already are at the destination and there's nothing further for you to do. And if that's the case, then just allow my voice to be hopefully pleasant background noise. In that case, my words don't have any further purpose to serve you. They're only here to potentially be useful in revealing what's always and unconditionally true about the very being that you are. So let us start with the default assumption of exclusively being a person. Well, what does that mean specifically? The sense that most people have is that they are a mind residing in a body. They feel themselves to be the thinker of thoughts, the doer of actions, the perceiver of perceptions. And this faculty of knowing, choosing, deciding is felt to be residing somewhere in this biological organism. Very often it's felt to be located somewhere up in the head, but it doesn't necessarily have to feel this way. Where we locate the mind is a somewhat flexible experience. So what comes along with that mind-body identification is also very often a fixed identity. We believe that this body-mind has a very specific past history and that it has a specific personality, inclinations, habits. And of course, all of that is true on a conventional level. We're not trying to get rid of this conventional experience of being a human being. There's nothing wrong with being a human being. As a matter of fact, it's quite the beautiful and profound experience. But what happens when we exclusively take ourselves to be that? Well, we in a sense become the victim of the conditioning of the body-mind. So if our thoughts and emotions aren't pleasant, then we feel ourselves to be suffering. And that may be the case for many people, but it also may not be such a big deal to them. They may feel that they are suffering to some degree or another, but at the same time, they also might have the sense that they can cope with their suffering quite well. So if somebody feels that life is okay as it is, then I wouldn't want to pressure them into recognizing their fundamental nature at all. If it doesn't feel relevant for you, then forget all about it. But for many people, it's simply the case that they have learned that their body-mind organism cannot adequately cope with life. Life, in a sense, is felt to be overwhelming and burdensome. Maybe not most of the time or all of the time, but a lot of the time. And whenever we feel ourselves to be suffering without an escape, the natural thing to do is to look for a peace that is beyond the conditioning of the body-mind. So in a simple sense, this is what we are discovering here. Peace that is not subject to the body-mind's conditioning. So what we're going to do first is simply create a bit of spaciousness and lightness in our experience right now. We could say that we're just going on a holiday. Instead of being very fixated on a particular object of experience, there's just nothing for intention to do. So we're just opening up the visual fields and resting here. Allowing sounds to arise and dissolve. Allowing thoughts to appear and vanish. Feeling the presence of the body, but not having to do anything with it. Just being here. Just enjoying this natural presence. So as we are simply being here, we can note that all we encounter right now in this immediacy is experience. Sounds are experienced, thoughts are experienced, the body is experienced. And this is the entirety of what we know of the world and the body-mind. This field of experience. We're just letting it flow here right now. Not trying to hold anything in place. But just being here. That's enough. Nothing to figure out or to master. So as we are resting here, we are just becoming curious about the one who is aware. Note, first of all, the total obviousness of awareness. Clearly, so obviously, experience is not being lost right now. The entire field of experience is here. and there is the awareness of it. If awareness wasn't present right now, of course, this voice you're hearing, if awareness wasn't present right now, no experience would be received. These words would be lost. But clearly they aren't. And note too that you are the one who is aware. This is not an abstract claim, so don't try to resolve this with the mind or think about this philosophically. It is just utterly obvious that you right now are the awareness which is hearing these words. So don't try to refer to the mind to notice this. Just stay relaxed, open, effortless, and rest in this total confidence of knowing. Of course, awareness is here. Of course, I am the one who is aware. Now, while it may be so obvious that I am aware, we still might have all kinds of beliefs about the one who is aware. We may think, first of all, that awareness has a location. So instead of thinking about this conceptually, just look right now in the immediacy of your experience and see whether awareness is in fact located somewhere. Do you find awareness sitting somewhere in the body and being aware from this position? Well, clearly you don't. Awareness is simply present, here, not findable in a particular location, but simply here, simply present. Does this awareness require any effort right now? Does the mind have to do something for awareness to be here? Well, obviously, no. There are no conditions that need to be fulfilled for awareness to be present. As a matter of fact, you may try right now and struggle really, really hard to be aware. And note how this doesn't make the slightest bit of difference. Awareness is present. Struggle as you might, but awareness doesn't become more present. You may fully relax in this, just not giving the mind anything to do at all. And likewise, this relaxation doesn't enhance awareness in the slightest. Awareness is simply here, with no conditions required. No effort, no relaxation, no mastery, no understanding. Just unconditionally present and awake. And is there someone who is aware of awareness right now? Or someone who has the property of being aware? Note how, right now, you are simply blown wide open. There is no center to this. no someone in the middle of it all. Just awareness, with no location, no boundary, no limit to it. Simply here, present and awake. Could anything ever damage or hurt or even break this awareness? See for yourself right now that obviously that cannot be the case. In order for awareness to be damaged, we would first need to find it as something, establish it as some kind of object. But awareness is not an object of experience. It is simply what we are, the awake subject that is receiving this experience right now. And as such, nothing can touch it, let alone damage it, simply because there's nothing to damage. Now at this point, it becomes quite crucial to notice that awareness is not separate from this present moment experience. Whatever you are hearing, feeling, tasting, seeing, or thinking, it all happens with no separation from awareness itself. In other words, there is no duality between this aware being that you are and whatever you are aware of. That means the entire field of experience is not separate from your being. As a matter of fact, you can look right now for that imagined separation. Try to find right now the distance between awareness and the sounds you are hearing. Note how no separation can be found at all. As a matter of fact, we cannot even coherently speak of awareness and perceptions. The formulation seems to imply that there is this thing called awareness and this thing called sounds. But as a matter of fact, could we ever separate awareness out from any perception that is appearing? This distinction was only ever conceptual, only ever imaginary. As a matter of direct experience, it is impossible to separate awareness out from any experience. And likewise, it is impossible to separate any experience from awareness. We could therefore say that the entire world and the entire body-mind is the showing, the presenting of this very awareness that you are. What we perceive to be the external world is in fact just the flow of this awareness. This is not a philosophical claim. This is just the simple truth of your experience right now. Now, having established that all of this is clearly just awareness, it is nevertheless true to say that awareness always appears as something. It is not like this flow of perceptions is just an incoherent mess, it actually appears as a concrete body-mind, and it appears as a very specific and coherent world. So, strangely, even though we've seen that all the world consists of is weightless, empty awareness, that doesn't take away from its conventional reality. Yes, it's all just awareness, but awareness appears as a body, mind, and a world. And that specific coherent appearance is still not other than this very foundational awareness. So strangely, fascinatingly, paradoxically, this transcendental nature of awareness cannot be separated out from this normal embodied life of being a human being. I am unbounded, centerless awareness, yes, and I am Sam, the ordinary human being. So nothing is lost in this realization. The contrary is the case. We could say that this is a tremendous upgrade, because now it is possible to live in conventional reality, to participate in the world, to have relationships, but do so without the limiting belief that it's just a material world. It's just a limited body-mind organism. This is the play of transcendental awareness, and yet it appears as the ordinary human experience. They are both here. Nothing is unreal. Nothing is being ignored or denied. So this is the rare circumstance where we can actually have our cake and eat it too. And right now, we're just taking that precious opportunity to familiarize with living from this completeness, enjoying the fact of unconditional peace. What exactly does that look like when you live from this realization? Well, it's not up for me to tell you. While maybe my words were helpful in making that discovery and seeing that you can live from it, the actual living has to be done by you. You have to live this freedom right here, right now. There is no other way. And you may notice right now that this is in fact already your heart's desire. This is what you've wanted all along, to enjoy this completeness and live life from it, or to phrase it differently, to allow life to happen in the light of this realization. And the time to do so is right here and right now. Don't wait for another time. Don't wait for this to become clear in the future. See the truth of the matter right here, right now. You are the one who is aware. You are free as the one who is aware. And you can participate in the world as this complete, fulfilled awareness. While that doesn't mean that ordinary life challenges will now fall away, when we are truly devoted to this truth of our being, life transforms in a way that we can't quite foresee. We cannot know what actual embodiment looks like. We cannot know what it means to live from awareness. Enjoy this freedom right here and now. It will never be here in the future. It was never there in the past. You've always got it right here. So simply familiarize with this amazing presence of your being. and let life happen from here.